select the radio button, it should display the radio button. If I'm going to select the checkbox, it should display the checkbox. You can see that we are able to do so. Okay. And select the radio button, it should display the radio button. If you remember,
this conference will now be recorded.
So if you remember, yesterday what I was trying to do dynamically, I was trying to populate this value. If I'm going to select the radio button, it should display the radio button. If I'm going to select the checkbox, it should display the checkbox. You can see that we are able to do so. Okay. And how we are able to do, you have just seen that we have written some piece of code over here. We can go to the screen 100, and here inside the 100 number screen, under this, here we have written some logic under the PBO. Actually, we are supposed to write the logic under the PBO. Why? Because these are the screen refreshing logic. Okay, so here we have written the logic, right? If the screen name is this, then invisible. If this, then invisible. Okay, fine. So I will share some another important stuff over here. Suppose if you want to, disable or this screen, like if we're going to choose the radio button, it should display the radio button. This should also be disabled. So how to do that? If you go to this particular screen and go to this layout, what actually you'll have to do that, you will have to identify the name of the element, and you can identify the name of the element from this element list also. Okay, from this element list here also, but from here it is more convenient. So here, what's the name of the element? Just double click over here and you can see the first underscore n is the name of this element. Okay, similarly the second underscore n is the name of the element. Okay, and here this is also having some name. You can see this add, this subtract, and this is some automatic name is coming, right? So what you can do, that you can give some valid name, and disp sum, something like that, disp sum. Okay, and here for the result, we are already having this result, right? So, and for this result, that's okay. For the second number here also, you should have this some valid second number text, right? Second SN text, and the first n text. So everything you want to disable, so you must have to define the name, and whenever that name will come, you can mark those element as invisible. Okay, that's the significance of this name where comes. Okay, so you'll have to do like this, and you know how to write the logic. You can write the logic yourself. I will not write the logic. Okay, so here you can come and you can start writing the logic. Okay, so here what you will do, that you will write the logic, that else if drop down, drop down equals, so the third other. Okay, if we're going to use the other, in that case it should be displayed only those three which is over there, otherwise everything is going to be invisible. So here when you are going to display this drop down one, okay, that means the radio button should be enabled, other things should be invisible. In that case we are writing the logic. So in other thing, those name will also come, right? In other thing, those name will also come. So we will start writing the name like this. Whatever the name we have given over there, just will have to give the name, the first underscore, the first underscore n, then fn underscore text, something we have given. So you'll have to note down those name, and you will have to write under the or, and just whatever it is there, it will work. Okay, so first underscore n I have given, and this will show you one. So the first number, go to this here once again and go to this layout. I want to disable, I want to hide this one. So the first number, for this first number fn underscore text, and for this first underscore n we are having. Okay, so I'll go once again here, and first underscore n and fn underscore text I have given. So just whatever we want to invisible, just I will give that fn underscore text. Check the syntax, activate this one. Some error is there because okay, here I remove this drop down. Check the syntax now, activate this one. It is now activated. Go here, run this, and select the radio button this time. So you can see that the radio button is only visible and the text is now gone, right? This should be also gone. This should be also gone, but it is not, it didn't disappear, right? So how to disappear this one? One more modification we'll have to do in the code, and that modification is nothing but go to this PBI status drop down, go to this screen modification, go into the change mode. Here screen hyphen control space, there is a option called input. For we are facing the problem for the input output element, right? We are facing the problem for the input output element. So here you have the property for this screen. One more property, input, is here. Okay, screen hyphen input, we are going to mark this as a 0. 0 means we don't want to give anything over there. And now let us go and see how it's working. Checkbox, uh, radio button, and you can see that the first number is gone because we have written only the logic for the radio button, under that first number is now gone, and that input output, that particular element also gone. So like that you can do for others as well. Now other thing what I would like to show over here, another important stuff is here that uh, here we are writing so much code, right? We are writing so much code. If suppose you don't want to write that much code, okay, you have a very convenient way. Okay, in report, that convenient way is known as the modified, and that modified is going to represent, going to sit inside the group of one property of the screen, right? If you remember exactly. Okay, so here also what we can do, that you can set that group property together, so you will not have to write that much code. Okay, so here under the group, for this radio button, okay, for this radio button, what you can do, that for this first radio button you can give this G1, the second radio button also you can give the G1, and the third radio button you can also give the G1. So I've just grouped all these element in G1 group. Okay, similarly for the checkbox, if you see over here, I'm going to give the G2 checkbox 2, I'm going to give the G2. For the checkbox 3, I'm going to give G2. Okay, and here this also, for this first number, double click over here and give the G3, and here also, here all this I'm going to put under the one group. Okay, so G3, and similarly for the second number, G3. So with this actually your coding will be very less, your coding will be very easy actually. Okay, your coding will be very easy. That's why subtract G3 and come over here, display G3, and for this result also we have the G3. Then this also will put the G3, and let us say for this one also, this box. Okay, for the box also I'm going to put the G3, right? Everything is now looks good. Here also we'll give for this G3, this box also will give. So everything actually I want to means now everything under the group, right? Everything under the group. This I don't want to put inside the group. Okay, that's why I have not put this drop down demo, this particular drop down under any group. Go to this flow logic, save this one, and now go to this set drop down and click on this screen modification. Come over here and you can start writing the logic over here. So what I will do that I will copy this one. I will comment all this code. Okay, and so that code I'm just keeping for the reference. Okay, this, that's why I've just commented, I have not deleted. Come over here, and here what you will have to do that you have to write group one. Okay, so group one is what? Group one is G1. So if you have the group one under the G1, we have used for the radio button, right? G1 we have used for the radio button, and G2 we have used for the checkbox. So here this is checkbox, so I will just use the G2. I will use the G2 here. Also I will use the G2, right? And a screen name, this, the another one also I want to disappear, right? So I will mark the G3. That's it, this much only is sufficient. And now a screen invisible equals to 1. You can see that how much less code I have written, right? And it is going to fulfill our purpose. Everything it will uh, disappear, everything it will mark invisible. Okay, and here for the drop down equal to 2, if it is there, this is the radio button, and radio button we have marked at G1, right? So here this 2 code is not required. Simply what we'll have to here also this extra 2 is not required, right? Extra 2 is not required. Under all the group G2, every element is there and everything is going to get invisible, right? Here also you'll have to give the group 1 equals to G3. 2 times or is there, which is creating the problem. Now it's fine. And here also the drop down to remove this is not required. Give the group of 1 and then the group 1. Okay, and remove this one, remove this one. So you can see that so much less code we are going to write over here, and it's going to fulfill our requirement, right? Just here and go to this PT printer, check the syntax now, and everything looks good. Modify a screen, that's fine, that's fine. Here also you can give this screen hyphen input equal to 0, so that everything will be hidden, and activate this one. It got activated. Go to this transaction, run this one, and do one thing, activate properly everything so that we will not get any problem over here. And press F8 and come over here, drop down radio button I'm selecting, and you can see that everything is gone. So much less code we have written, right? So that's the magic of group. Okay, and checkbox, right? Everything is also gone. And if we're going to select the other option, so other option we have not given, so you can write the logic for going to select the other option. This should come, right? So you can write the logic for that yourself. So this you can understand as assignment. Okay, so under the assignment part, this you can take that you have to give one extra other over here. And why 2 times it is coming? Why 2 times? It's 2 times 2 is coming. Very first time it's coming 1 or 2 only, right? Very first time it's coming only 1 or 2. Okay, and here you can see 1 2 only coming, but the next time when we are doing any selection over here, the another 2 is another 1 is coming. Whichever we are going to select, that is coming. The reason behind that some code which we have written over there, that we have to put the debug and we'll have to check why it's executing, right? So let's go and quickly fix that one. Under the PBO, set drop down, here the perform populate value gv underscore flag is initial, then only go over here. That's fine. Key one, this is okay, this is okay. If this is initial, then put this one as a x. It looks good. Okay, What I will do that I will put the breakpoint over here, because this is the responsible person which is going to, set the value. And quickly I will identify the issue, what is the problem. Okay, here at this point of time you can see only the two values there. That's fine, that's perfect. Okay, it is setting the flag X, that is fine. When I'm selecting the radio button 1 or 2, then it's creating the problem, right? You can see that that particular PBO was not triggered. Okay, then what triggered? It triggered the PAI only, right? So we'll put the breakpoint on PAI and we will see if there is some problem on the PAI. User command 100, we'll put over here the validation. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Put the breakpoint over here. The very first one on exit, it is not required. Okay, now let's go and run once again. Press save it, select this one and we'll try to identify the issue. Okay, that's fine. This is the drop down. Press F6, F6, right? F6, F6. Okay, you can see that it went over there on the PBO, right? It went over there on the PBO on the status part, right? So I was little fast over there, so I could not show you. Let me show you once again. Press F8, press F8, come over here, select this one and F6, 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 F6. Yeah, here you can see that it is there. And when I press F5, it is coming over here. That is perfectly fine. That is fine. And here the set drop down also it's coming. And GV flag is initial. You can see it's not initial. That's fine. Screen modification, come over here. Condense when DD and it's coming over here. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. That is okay. That is okay. That is okay. Press F7. I just want to go back because here everything looks good. So I have just pressed F7. Okay. So this is the screen modification. The populate values, it didn't go inside. That is also fine. That is also fine, right? But why this extra one is coming? Extra one is coming over here. Okay, okay. Let me do one thing. Once again, I'll have to debug and which is the value is responsible for putting the, uh, that VRM set value. That is a function module, all right? So in that function module, we have written one logic. Okay, come to this, come over here, it underscore values, it is 2 only. This is 2 only, radio button and checkbox. Okay, whichever we are selecting, that one is coming extra. This one too we are able to identify because the second time also it was there, but the second it should not come. The second should not come because we have selected the second. That's why is it coming. Generally it should not happen. Okay, generally it should not happen because there in that it underscore values we are having only one, right? So if you want to avoid such kind of error, how to do? I need to check. I am facing this issue first time. It should not happen like that. Okay. So, okay, no problem. We'll check that one. I will check that one. I will let you know why that extra is coming, and that I will check offline. Here, let us not waste more time. Fine. So we have seen that that group is so powerful, right? You have just observed that group is very much powerful, right? So you can use that group for the purpose of hiding uh, some set of elements, and that is going to be, very beneficial, right? In terms of code optimization and in terms of code redundancy as well. So you will be writing the less line of code and you are getting the maximum result. Okay, fine. Now what I would like to show you over here, the topic called, okay, radio button checkboxes we are still having over here. So how to use the radio button and checkboxes. So radio button and checkboxes you can use in the same way as we have used in the report. Okay, so suppose if you want to use some, if you want to select some radio button, and based upon the selection of the radio button you want to display some message, or you want to perform some business logic, how to do that. Okay, go to this screen number 100. It's easy. The function code is the important part over here. Assign the function code for each of the radio button, then only if you select the radio button it will trigger. Okay, so you must have to assign the function code. So radio button, double click, and you can see that for this radio button here you are having this function code, right? So just press this FC1. Okay, so this function code is is responsible to identify that which particular radio button you have selected, right? So double, here you can see that FC1. So what will happen for the group of the radio button, you will be having the same function code. For all these three radio button you will be having the same function code. Okay, so if you have to identify a particular radio button, you can identify from the name of the radio button, not from the function code. I was wrong there. Okay, so for the group of the radio button you have the same function code. Okay, for the checkbox also you'll have to define the function code if you want to, if you fc underscore checkbox cb1 and fc underscore cb2 and fc underscore, here you will have to assign individually. Okay, here you will have to assign individually because this is checkbox, it is not grouped. Radio button property is that if you select one, other should be disabled, right? Only one can be selected at one time. Okay, so here only for this checkbox, for this checkbox you can identify only with the help of function code. You don't require name. Okay, so now what you do, if you select any of the checkbox, the PI will be first triggered and then the PBO will be triggered. Okay, and whatever the logic you want to write, you can write over there. So hope it's clear for you the concept. Okay, you can do yourself. Okay, if you have any doubt, please let me know. I will explain in more detail, or if it is okay for you, I will just go ahead. Shall I go ahead, or you want me to write some code for this radio button? What I wanted to make you understand that if we're going to select any of the radio button, it will trigger the first PAI and then it will trigger for the PBO. Let's go and check. Okay, go here. So if I'm going to select this radio button, right, you can see that the PAI got triggered first because I have given the function code, right? Similarly, if you select this checkbox and based upon the selection, you can identify with the help of sci-ucom, and wherever you want you can see that fc underscore cb1. By mistake, I have given this close bracket. That's why this is coming, right? So you can write the code. Now, what I will do that, I will teach you about the table control. Okay, table control. Let's go and try to understand about the table control. What is this table control? So table control is nothing but if you go and check about the SM30 transaction over here, right? This is a simple example. You will see at many places this table control. So if someone has created, maybe they will be having SM30. Let's go to this maintain, and you can see that this is nothing but your table control. Okay, this is nothing but your table control, test ID, name and address. So you can just observe over here, this is your table control. So like that also, if you want to do, okay, like that, here you can see that you are able to select some value as well. Like that also, if you want to able to do, what I will do this time, I will create one new module pool program /o sc80, and I will write module pool table control. Just I want to show here the table control. Okay, click on this OK button. Here you can see that does not exist. Do you want to create the object? Yes, I want to create the object. And this time, just before this example, I was using everything there in the main program. Here I would like to modularize my program. Okay, so I'm going to create the top include. Create the top include. Click on this OK button. So in top include, where you can define all your global variable. That's the purpose of the top include. Okay, so I'm going to give the custom name for this top include. Click on this OK button and click on this save local object. Okay, the include has been now created. So earlier what I was doing over here, everything I was writing inside the main program. This was my main program, but now you can see that here this is my top include, and inside this top include we can write the program, or we can define all the global variable and all. That's the beauty of this top include, all the global variable. And all the subroutine or module we will be defining in the separate include. Okay, we will be defining in the separate include. And now we must have to create one screen where I can create the table control. So I'm going to create one screen over here. Click on this OK button, and here a screen for table control, TC screen. Okay, and click on this save button. That's it. A screen is now created. Double click on this 100. Go to this flow logic. Yeah, so this is the flow logic we're having, right? Under this PBO, PAI, and two more events you can give yourself: POH and process on value request, and process on help request, POV and POH, right? That you can specify yourself. Just save it. Go to the screen layout, and here we will create one table control. Table control can be created in two ways. Table control can be created in two ways. Table control can be created in two ways. One with the help of wizard, one with the help of this wizard. This is the table control actually. One with the help of this wizard, and one with the help of directly, means with the help of your, you should have enough knowledge, you should have good knowledge. So first I will show you how with the help of wizard you will be able to create, and then I will explain you how you can do yourself. Okay, how you can do yourself, or maybe first I will show you directly how you can do. Okay, and then I will show you with the table wizard. Very easy to create. Everything is ready made, just you will have to cook it, and just you will have to eat over here. You will have to cook over here in the one which is without wizard. Okay, select this one, and I'm going to put this table control over here, right? So let's define one requirement. What actually I want to do, that I want to select some data from the Mara table, okay, based upon the material type, or simply I want to select some data from the Mara table, or whatever the table is there. Based upon that, I want to select the data and I want to display it over here. Okay, so Mara is my favorite table. How to get the data? Which are the data you want to display from the Mara table? Okay, so select this F6, F6, this one, or from here also you can select, go to this edit and select where go to I think here, and F6 you will get somewhere. From here also you will get more utilities. I don't remember exactly. Okay, that you can find yourself. Here you have the option, right? Here also the same option you will get from here somewhere. Okay, so go and click on this F6 button, and from which table you want to display the data, the same the property and everything will have to create over here, right? Same kind of property. So what I will do that, same kind of field you will require to put the data over here. So what I will do that, I will give the Mara over here and get from the dictionary. And which field I want to show? I want to show this material number, I want to show this material type, okay, and I want to show this industry sector, material group. These four fields I would like to show it over here, and just place those four fields over here. Okay, you can see that system has nicely placed at this one. Okay, so this much big length is not required because this much is going to be sufficient, right? So I've just adjusted that one. Okay, I've just adjusted. If you want to keep the larger length, you can keep. There is no problem. You can adjust this one, this material group. You can adjust. You can just adjust like this. You can adjust. So it all depends like how you want to, you know, do. So okay, so like that you can do like this. You can do. So I have done. Now double click over here and give some name for this table control. Okay, so you have to select this table control. Better way to select from here, you will be nicely able to select this particular table control. Double click over here, the table control is now selected completely. Give the name for this table control, tc underscore mb28 apr. Just I'm going to give table control. Remember this table control name. Copy this, Windows or Notepad, Control V. Okay, so this is the name of the table control we are having. Now I want to display in the grid format over here. Okay, I want to display the value in the grid format. So how to do that one? Here you will having the option horizontal and vertical. Here you can see that separator. Select this, and as soon as I have selected this vertical and horizontal, you can see that horizontal first appeared and then the vertical we are having, right? Vertical and then horizontal, and it is there in the grid format. Okay, resizing option also there if you want to get the user to resize by clicking over there, here and here on the main output screen. That also you can do. Okay, here the row selection, you can see that single is selected. That means one at a time you can select, right? Here if you have observed that here we are able to select the multiple, right? Here we are able to select the multiple row. Why? Because the multiple selection is enabled. Okay, how to check? You can go to this particular screen. For this particular screen, I'm just going to that particular screen. How to go to this program. This is the program. Double click over here. Some other person has created. Okay, click on this object navigator, go to this screen, go to this 0001 and go to this layout, and there you will be able to see that the multiple selection would have been enabled. That's why you are able to select the multiple, otherwise it was not possible. Okay, here also the table control. Here also you can see that it is the table control, nothing but the table control, right? Nothing but the table control. Okay, so what I want to do, select on this table, double click over here, and here just observe the multiple. You can see that the row selection multiple is enabled. That's why you were able to select the multiple row. Okay, and here also because the resizing we're able to do separators and everything, right? So that's why. So just I have shown you what's the significance of that particular, you know and now because you want to select also the multiple row, what actually you'll have to do, Okay, but actually you'll have to do that. Go here. Yeah, and here you can see that you have the fixed columns also. What's the meaning of this fixed column? What's the meaning of this fixed column? The meaning of the fixed column means go to /o sm30. Once again, I will open that example. Go to this maintain. Okay, and the fixed column. If you just try to go, you can see that. If you go that this test ID is only test ID is only test ID is here, right? Test ID is not going left as in Excel. If you know the Excel, about how the Excel works, if you want to fix some value over there, you will be able to fix over there, right? And going under the what? Going under the this view property, right? This is our Excel, and if you want to 1 2 3 4 5 6, okay, and copy this one. Okay, and if you want to fix this A, how to do? Go to this review, and you can go to this view actually, and then freeze panes, and then the freeze top row, freeze first column. And if you are going to freeze, and if you are going to use this one, you can see the A is freeze. So like that, if you want to do from the left, the SAP has given the option for you to freeze. Okay, how many first means how what are the column you want to freeze. Okay, from the left, what are the column from the left you want to freeze? Material do you want to freeze? Material, the another, you can see what is the another one, material type. If you want to freeze both, you can select the 2 over here. Okay, and if you want to freeze only one, you can select the 1. If you want to freeze first 3, you can give the 3 over here. That's the meaning of this fixed column. Okay, I want to freeze the first only, the material only. Okay, close this one, just save it, and that's it. This much you have done. And selection also you want to enable, right? The selection. So to enable the selection, what actually you'll have to do that, you can see that without selection column, select this one, row selection single, no, select the multiple row, and the column selection, that's fine with here. And you can see that this particular has come, this particular selection, one extra column has been created, and that is for the selection. If you don't select, then you will not be able to do the selection. I will show that one. Remove this. Okay, remove this one, and if you have removed, you will not be able to select. Okay, that I will show you. Check the syntax. If you check the syntax, it is telling the maintainer is not assigned to a loop this. So the syntax means the compile time error it's giving. Okay, compiler is giving the error at this point of time that you have not used this loop. End loop must be specified at PBO and PBI. It's telling. So just to avoid this error, what I'm going to do, that I'm going to use the loop, and then end loop. It is telling that you must have to specify the loop and end loop for this PBO and PBA if we're going to use the table control. So remember that if we're going to use the table control, you must have to use the loop, end loop for this PBO, and then after this PAI you have to use the loop and end loop. Now if you check the syntax, it will not give you any error, right? It will not give you any error. You are able to activate also. Okay, now if you try to run this one, how to run? Click one, create one transaction, then only will be able to do so. So Z MB28 table control test, and give over here, click on this OK button, give the program name of the program is ZMB28 APRMPTC. Okay, and then the DIN Pro number we are having 0100, authorization object and all this is fine. If you want to select this GUI support, you can select, or you can just leave it. Local object, check the syntax, right click over here and activate this one. So now our, you know, this transaction code is now also activated. Means transaction code need not to be, activated. It is not required to be activated. It's telling some error. What's the error? ZMB28 APR MPTC. ZMB28 APR MPTC. It's a fine transaction text. Okay, save it, right click, activate it. When I'm running this one, it's telling transaction contains inconsistencies. Okay, run this one. There are several possibilities. Okay, why it's telling like this? Wrong program name is specified in an internal perform. Okay, fine. So the program is not activated, that's why it's giving the error. So no issue, just come over here and I will use this program. This is the program. Copy this program name. Okay, copy this program name. The program was not correctly copied, and that's the reason that it is not. It was telling that transaction inconsistencies. So ZMB28, this is the one which we have created. I'm just going to paste it, this one, save it. This time it is fine. Check the syntax and run this one, and you can see that this time it has not given any error. But the problem is over here. Now just refresh once again. Refresh, or let me do one thing. Select this function group. Okay, and then select this program, press enter, and this time the transaction is coming, right? Double click over here. Transaction is consistent now. There is no problem in this transaction. You can see that it's not giving any problem. Run this one, but when you're running, it is telling that control variable not found. So that's obvious, right? Because we have defined the table control for that particular screen, but we have not defined anywhere that particular control, right? So let's go to that program and define the table control in the top include, right? So because I have already defined this top include, so better to define over here inside the top include the global variable. All the variable we have to define, all the global variable we have to define over here in the top include. Okay, so how to define the table control over here? So for that we have the syntax called control. SAP has given the syntax control, controls. We have given the syntax controls. Okay, now these controls we are having, what's the name of that control? What we have defined? The name of the control we have given TCMB28 APR. Give the name. What's the type of this control? We have the type of the control is table view. Okay, remember the type of the control is the table view. Using a screen, what screen we are using over here? 100. So just give the 0, 100 or 100 directly. This much you will have to define. Okay, this much you will have to define. Right click over here, activate this one. Currently editing. Okay, activate this one, and I have activated. Now go to this transaction, run this one, run once again over here, and you can see that now it is coming, right? Now it's coming. There is no problem. Now it's coming, but the data is not coming. How to get the data? Slash n SCAT. I will define quickly one PBO so that for us it will be easy to navigate. Okay, so the PF status, let's define one PF status. Go into the change mode and we'll define the PF status under the PBO, right? We define the PF status where? Under the PBO, remember, right? I believe that you remember this particular thing. Double click over here, and this time we are going to use the include. Earlier what I was doing everything in the main program. I'm going to modularize my code. Modularization is the better practice. Okay, modularization is the best practice, better practice, right? I'm going to, because this is the process before output, right? This is process before output. automatically the SAP is suggesting you to create a new include. Okay, so here I will create a new include. Okay, so automatically the name is also is suggesting, right, this and this status, and then this, actually this is nothing but O, this is the O. Okay, 0 100 and O01, actually it should come like this, 0 100 and O01. Okay, so it stands for the process before output. So you can keep your own, based upon your convention, based upon your uh, requirement, based upon your convenient, you can put the name over here. So what I would like to do over here, TC and all the PBO related for the 100, all the PBO module related with 100 screen, I will put inside this include. So I have given the custom name because I am not happy with that particular name which SAP was suggesting, right? So I have given my name over here, and this is will be inserted. That's fine. Click on this OK button, click on this yes button, and here it has created that particular include, right? So, and the new this is the new include. Under this new include, it has been created. Set PF status, some temporary status I'm going to create it for my purpose. It should be in capital letter. Double click over here, click on this yes button, click on this yes button, and here just for temporary purpose quickly I want to do that. Go here, give this back, press enter, just save it and go back. Go to this transaction 100 over here, go to this status. That's fine. Now we have set it up. Go to this here, and we will create another module called user command. Okay, double click over here, click on this yes button, and for the PAI, you can see that I'm creating under the PAI. So PAI, every module for the PAI for this particular 100 number screen, I want to create one separate include. Okay, so I'm going to do that. You can see that process after input. So they have given, they have automatically suggesting for you. Okay, but I want to give my own name. Okay, everything I would like to put inside this, include. So I'm just going to give the name PAI 100. Click on this OK button, click on this OK button, yes, and that's fine. This is okay, include, and here you can write the code, your master in writing this code to handle the particular back button and all. When back, navigate to the screen, call a screen, not call a screen, leave program better, or leave to screen 0, leave to screen 0, end case, full stop, printer, check the syntax over here, activate this, it got activated. Okay, activate everything, right click over here and activate from here. Okay, select all these things, it is already selected. Now it's fine. Go here and run this, and if I'm trying to go back, I'm able to now go back easily. Okay, go to this 100 number screen, and now I want to populate the data. Okay, so whenever you have to fill the data into that particular table control, how to fill the data. Okay, how to fill the data in that particular table. So first you have to get the data, right? First you will have to get the data. So I will create one module to get the data. Module get data. Double click over here, click on this CS button, and here you can see that where I'm writing this module process before output. So I will use the existing include. Why to create one another again? It is asking every time to create new include, not required. Okay, in a PBO include which I have created, I'm going to write now, and here the get data, select what, select, or you can write one perform over here. If you want to do more modularization, perform get data subroutine I'm creating. Double click over here, click on this CS button, and process before output, where we are doing PBO. I'm selecting over here, click on this. So the relevant include, so everything related with PBO I'm going to put inside the PBO include. Okay, so select partner, mtart, mtkl, in the same sequence you will have to use. Okay, mbrsh and mtkl from mara into table it underscore mara. So these are the fields, up to 20 rows, right? Up to 20 rows. Why to select all? Up to 20 rows. Okay, so that my performance will be fast. In real time, if you require to get all the data, you can do. Okay, but here this is for demo purpose I'm showing you. Okay, so into table it underscore mara, this is not defined. That's perfect. It is not defined. We know that it is not defined. I'm going to define now. So where we will define, in the top include will define, right? In the top include as a global variable, so that everywhere I will use types begin of ts underscore mara, then matnr type matnr, then mtart type mtart, then mat, what it was, mbrsh, and then mtkl. Okay, so mtkl and end of ts underscore mara, end of ts underscore mara. And now you can define your data it underscore mara type table of ts underscore mara. Okay, check the syntax now, and this is gone now. So it underscore mara, we are having the internal table, right? We are going to, we have already selected the data, right? We have already selected the data, and the data selection where we have done under the PBO, we have done get underscore data. Now whatever the data we have got into the site underscore mara, that data I want to put inside that table control, right? The table control which we have defined, right? So how to put that one, so inside the PBO itself, we'll do one thing, that will create one more module. Okay, or here here itself you can define one another perform. Okay, both ways fine. I'm going to create one another, we'll have to do like this actually. Go to this 100 number screen, and that code you will have to write inside this loop and end loop. Okay, you cannot write inside this, inside this module. You cannot write that code actually. You have to write that code inside this loop and end loop. The flow is like that. That's why you cannot do inside this module. After this module, you will have to put your code inside this loop and end loop. What loop? Loop at it underscore mara into wa underscore mara with control. So what is your control name which we have given? This is the name of the control. Just give this name of the control. Now try to understand what actually I'm trying to do it over here. Okay, we have the internal table now, right? We have the internal table now where we are having the data, right? This is the internal table where we are having the data, right? Here you are having all this data. Okay, matnar, material type, industry sector, right? And the material group, all these data you are having in this internal table. This is your internal table. Okay, now you want to populate your data into the table control. This is the table control on your screen. Okay, having the same structure, right? A structure should be same, correct? So structure should be same. So here also you have the material, you have the industry sector. This is your table control. Okay, this is your table control. So material, the material type, industry sector, IS, and then the material group, MG. So now from here, this first record, you want to put this first record in this table control. Here also you want to put into the, the second record into the second row of the table control. Similarly, one by one record you would like to get from this internal table into this table control, one by one. So to get the data one by one, we know that we have a tool called loop, right? Iterative statement. Loop at internal table into the work area and get the data from the work area into the place where we want to put. So we are putting the data from this work area, from this internal table into this work area, right? And we are writing this statement called with control, means we are looping side by side with this table control. We are not looping just only this internal table. One by one we are getting the data from this internal level and putting this into the work area. And similarly, my control will be also flowing from the first record of the table control to the second record of the control, then to the third record of the table control, right? Like that we are doing. Why? Because here if we are going to put the control on the second record, my control here on the table control should be also on the second record, so that I can put the data into the table control, right? That's where I'm putting this data. And inside this we'll have to write one module, transfer data or something like that. Okay, transfer data to table control. Okay, transfer data from internal table to table control. Okay, double click over here, click on the CS button, and where this logic is for PBO include I will choose, right? Click on the CS button, and here we will be writing the code. What code? Very simple code, very simple code, very simple code, right? Our data is there in the work area, w underscore mara, right? And where we want to put the data, we want to put the data into the table control. So if you remember the table control from where we have got the data, let's go to that particular screen. Go to the particular screen, click on this layout, click on this layout, and just the name of the control is this one, but the holder over here, the container, the actual structural container, actual structure which is there, double click on this material. You can see the mara hyphen material. Why mara hyphen material? Because from the mara table we have imported this particular definition, right? The material type, you can see the mara hyphen mtart. All this we have imported from the mara, that's why it's coming like this. So Mara Matner, Mara MTAT, Mara MBRSH, and Mara MATKL, right? So this is the structure we'll have to populate, right? Come over here and we will populate quickly. Here, Mara hyphen, what you can do that, Mara hyphen MATNR, right? It was Mara hyphen MATNR hyphen MATNR. So from that work area, you are going to populate this table control. Mara mtart equals to w underscore mara mtart, and then mara hyphen mbrsh equal to w underscore mara hyphen mbrsh. Okay, then mara hyphen matkl equal to wa underscore mara hyphen matkl, full stop. Okay, so this we have given over here, but system does not know what is the mara over here, right? In this program, so you'll have to define this mara, right? You'll have to define this mara. Okay, you'll have to define this mara in this program. So one easy way is that you can define this mara using the tables keyword, right? This is the easiest way. But this mara is having a lot of fields. You can see that 309 fields it is having, right? This mara is having 309 fields. You are going to use 309 fields, and your purpose is to display only 4 fields, right? So this is not a good practice, because your purpose is to display only the 4 fields, and you are going to use, the 309 fields, right? I will show you alternatively what you can do, but as of now, just leave it like this only. Okay. Tables Mara, W underscore Mara also we are supposed to define, right? WA, okay, tables underscore Mara we have to define under the top include, okay, under this top include, so that it will be a global variable. WA underscore Mara also I'm going to define here, though it is not necessary to define over here. If you don't want to define over here, this work area you can define there also. Okay, this work area you can define there also directly. You can use the new syntax. Okay, you can use the new syntax, and here, but the problem here you will face the problem if you are going to use that particular into data, W underscore Mara, what it will be, the scope of this will be inside this module only, and you are using in another module, right? So the W underscore Mara will be not recognized because the locally it is declared. If you check the syntax, it will give the error. Okay, it's not error. Let me see. If you check globally, it may give you the error. Okay, you can see the W underscore Mara is unknown, right? So that's why we cannot do over here. W underscore Mara, we'll have to define it globally. We'll have to define it globally. So go to this top include and define this W underscore Mara globally. Okay, because locally that was not possible. I was thinking to define over there locally, but that was not possible. Okay, like line of Control F2, and that error gone, most of the error gone. The field TS underscore Mara is unknown, but there is a field called IT. Okay, TS underscore Mara, where it is talking about like line of IT underscore Mara, right? You can stop me by doing such kind of mistake by just giving the message if you are able to identify yourself. Okay, so activate this one, and everything is now activated. Going to the display mode and then try to activate. Right click and activate. Okay, it got activated now. Nice. Double click on this and run this one, and you can see that the data is here, right? The data has come, data has populated over here, right? Data has populated. Now suppose if you want to select the multiple data from here, right? You are not able to select. Just I have shown you how to select that. You can go and you can select that particular property. Okay, go into the change mode, and here you must have to give some name for this particular, the selection column. I'm just going to give the name ID call. Okay, or ID cell ID, selection ID. I can give some name. You can give any name. Okay, that I have given now. Just save it, go to this flow logic and check the syntax, activate this one, and it is now activated. Run this, and if you run this one, now you can see that it is coming and you are now able to select also, right? Multiple selection is possible, right? So this is how you can do. There are so many things you can do with this. Okay, you can give one radio button over here. You can give one radio button over here. So what now you have to do, that click push button, give one push button over here. This is the requirement, the same requirement you try to implement in your, you know okay, this is the study assignment. Okay, so what we'll have to do for your assignment, use a table control to display the data. Okay, and you have to get the data from the Mara table or whatever table you want to do. Whatever table you want to use, you can use. There is no restriction on the table. Okay, but extra things what you will have to do, that you create one, create one button called add. uh, but what I would suggest you, create one custom table. Okay, get the data from the custom table and select. If you do the selection, and click on this add button, it should, that particular data should be added into that your custom table. Okay, if we're going to use the standard table like Mara, KNA1, that means the customer master, vendor master, LFA1. So if we're going to select the data, and if we're going to directly add the data or insert the data into the a standard table, that is not a good practice. That is not a good practice. We should avoid to use the direct DDL statement for the not the DDL actually, insert or direct write. If you want to write the data directly into the standard table like Mara or Marcy or KNA1, LFA1, that is not a good practice. That's why I'm telling, get the data from your custom table in this table control. And if we're going to select this one, you know you should be able to insert your data as well over there. For example, suppose if you click on the new entry, you should be able to create a new entry over here in this table control. Okay, that new entry, you should be able to create one new entry. Okay, you should have one delete button over here. You should have a delete button. So if we're going to select from here and delete, that record should be deleted from here. Okay, and if we're going to select this particular whatever the value we are going to select and click on this add, that value should be added in the database. And suppose if you modify this one, okay, if you modify, then you should have one another button called modify. That value should be modified in the database. So create a custom table. You have already the custom table. Okay, so the step what we'll have to follow, get the data from any custom table, get the data from any custom table and display in the table control. Okay, now 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 modify. Now add, we have the add. So create some new entry, create a new entry and put some data. Okay, and click on the add button. Then after clicking on the add button, then after click on this add button, then the data should be inserted into the custom table. Okay, into the custom table. The third point, if you select some entry from here, select some entry from here, and if you delete that, the same entry should be deleted from the custom table. Okay, similarly, okay, create a new entry means when you click on the new entry, the one new entry should come like this. Go to /sm30, go to the maintain, and here if you click on the new entry, it should open a new entry like this. And when you have this one, and if you click on the save button, right, suppose 23 test 1 2 3, click on the save button, it should be added. And if you go back, that 23 should also come. So like that you will have to do. Okay, and hints, what is the hints, how to do this one? So hints, you can get the hints from here, how they have implemented SAP, means how the code has been generated. Okay, so you can go to the program, go to this system, click on this status and double click on this program. Here the code is there, go to the object navigator, and here the chunk of code has been written, which where you have to refer, go to this screen actually, and here just you try to refer and try to do in the same way. This is for the validation purpose, not required for the validation purpose. You can just see how they have done the process after input. Here you can see that at exit command, list before loop, go and try to observe the code. Okay, anyone you can select. You'll have to go and check how they are doing over here. Or another way what you can do, that /n abap docu and here you can search for the module pool. Okay, go here and the module pool, lot of example you will be able to see over here for the module pool. Search for this, go to this glossary and come over here, JKLM. Search for the table control. Yeah, this one you can see the two examples is there, right? Table control with modification and table control with scrolling. Double click over here, and here this is the program you have there. Click on this execute button, and here the same way actually I'm trying to you should have, right? Try to do in the same way. Don't go for that, that is little complex one, the one which I have shown just now. Okay, but you can go and have a look how they have done. At least you can try. Okay, at least you can give a try. Let me close the unnecessary session. Here you can go to the system, click on this status and go to that program. Here directly you can go to this PBO and you can see how they have written. So this multiple program is coming, right? You can select any one of the code will be the same. Okay, code will be the same for each, so you can select any one of those. You can see the field subfields, this is there, this is there, how they have, how automatically the code has been generated. So this might be complex for you, so the better one, the SAP has given the example, that is the best. Okay, go and try to observe from there and get abap docu and search here table control. Okay, go to this program over here, execute this one, and this is, if you click on the change button, what actually you want to do, if you are going to click on this change button, this change should be coming over here. If you want to select this one and sort it, the sorting should work, right? So the same way, do as this is there, in the same way. Other things you can just leave it. Delete you can do in the same way. Delete, you know how to do. Modify, this is the easy one. So you can take the example for this delete from here, how they have implemented for the delete, and in the same way you can do for this one. In the same way you can do for this one. This add, this delete, and this modify. Okay, and the new entry is nothing but, if you are going to click on the new entry, that means it should be there in the change mode. That's it. Means if you click on the new entry, it should go into the change mode. So if it will go into the change mode, you will be able to put in the new value, right? So I will just remove this one, and I will write the go into change mode. Okay, so that is the easy program. Try to understand that one, and if you face any problem, please let me know. Okay, you can go here and you can try to observe how they have written the logic. Directly you can click on this ABAP editor, the program will be open the same way it is there. This program, if you observe over here, right, they have used in the report, you can see the executable program, but here the PBO, PAI, the screen, the 100 number screen they have used. You can see that module, loop at into this with control, the same what we have written, right? This module at exit command, loop at item. Here the extra thing is there, right? Loop at item. You'll have to use this one in order to, if we're going to do some modification, or if we're going to do some deletion, or if we're going to do some creation like that. So this is the extra thing you will have to just observe. We have given only loop and end loop, right? We have given only loop and end loop. Right, we have given only loop and end loop. But if you want to achieve the same requirement, right, where the data from where it's coming, it underscore mara, right? So what you'll have to do, that you'll have to put loop it underscore mara. Okay, like that you'll have to do, and you'll have to write the logic. So try to debug, try to understand that particular program. You know, most of the time we are going to do like this. We are going to refer the some existing program either from Google or from SAP standard documentation or from the already developed program. You are going to refer, you are going to understand, and you are going to implement that one. You should know the basics. So the basics I have just taught you. This is the basics. Okay, try to do. If you're not able to do, let me know. I will show you tomorrow how to do this one. Okay, others, you were facing some problem, can you show your screen? I'm just sharing to you. I'm giving the control to you. Yes, I have given the control to you. Tell me what is the problem.
Here, so this one I have written the code.
What it is telling?
I think this one is another code I have written on.
No, means what is the problem? What the problem? This
Problem
error.
is that no, this one when I have written that one, this is not that particular header that I. there this one, sir. Here I have data is coming on material type. When I want to select this hardware, there's there that particular
It is
thing as
going
it is
off,
not
right?
going to capture or
Okay,
going
okay. Okay, fine, 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 fine. So where under the PBO you have written the code, right?
yes.
Show me, show me.
Yes. Okay.
This is under the PBO, right? This form,
Yes.
get values.
Yeah. Yes.
Can you show where the module where you have written
Here.
outputs? Okay, put the breakpoint over there. Eh, Okay, now run.
Yes.
Yes, run, run, run. And put the breakpoint on if condition. That if condition is there, no?
So
Before
here,
perform get values. Before perform get values. Yeah. Yes. Now press F8.
I think that particular we have executed F7 interface.
Now click on the save button.
Where, sir? And save.
Yeah, click on the save button. The save button upper. Yes, press F8. Okay. Now drop down. Give me the control. Hello.
Yes, sir.
You are able to hear me, right?
Yeah, yes.
I'm not able to see your screen. Screen connection lost.
Here,
Hmm,
but
just a second.
can I share again, sir?
Uh, yeah, once again you can share. Do one thing.
Yes, sir.
Once again, let's connect. I'm not able to see that go to meeting itself. Somewhere it gone.
Okay.
So let's connect once again. I'm just going.